What up guys, it's Tops and I'm back with yet another story video. Since tomorrow will technically be the last first day of school for me, well excluding college since I'm going to be a senior in high school already. Wow, I can't believe how fast these years have gone by. But yeah, anyway, since it's going to be my last first day of school tomorrow, I decided to make a video discussing my experiences on my first day of school. So this is going all the way back to the good old days of 2004 when I was entering kindergarten. Back then, me being 5 years old, I was obviously a much different person altogether, completely. Like, past me and current me, even like 3 years ago, I was a completely different person. But anyway, I'm getting away from the topic here. Let's get back into this. So, yeah, let's just say, like, back then, I wasn't the most logical thinker. So, yeah. But anyway, the day started off. I was dressed up in, I think I had, a Spider-Man shirt on going into school because, I was 5, so Spider-Man was, really cool back then. Like, if you went to school with a Spider-Man shirt, everyone's like, whoa, that kid is cool. He's got a Spider-Man shirt on. But, yeah, so I got dropped off well, not dropped off. My parents waited at the bus stop with me until the bus came. And it was actually probably pretty sad for them because, it's the first time I'm going to school, for a whole entire day by myself. It's actually probably pretty frightening as a parent. But I got dropped off at the bus. I got onto the bus and had to find myself a seat. That was my first independent task I had that day, was to find myself a seat on the bus, and I did. I got myself a seat. It was actually next to this other kid that was there, who I ended up actually becoming friends with throughout elementary school. But back then, I thought wow, this kid looks a lot older. He must be a first grader, because first grade, wow, that's so much different than kindergarten, that big giant age gap, 5 to 6 years old. What was I even thinking back then? I get it, I was only 5 years old, I wasn't the most logical thinker or anything, and no one was really, but come on, someone, seeing someone and being wow, they look older, they must be in first grade. First grade isn't even a difference from kindergarten. I just see a kid now and I'm oh, okay, they're 5, 6, 7, same thing pretty much. But back then, it's wow, this person's probably 6. Wow, he's pretty cool. But turns out that kid was actually only 4, and he was in my kindergarten class. So, yeah, that's how the bus went. So we ended up finally getting to the school, and when we got there, it was a tiny school. This school was only kindergarten and first grade. I know a lot of elementary schools, they're just the whole entire thing, kindergarten to 5th grade or 6th grade, depending on where you live. But no, this was just kindergarten and first grade. Those were the only grade levels in the school. There were I don't know, less than 5 classrooms for each grade probably. So it was a pretty small school. But back then, being 5 years old, of course, I was oh my god, this place is huge! And even though I didn't actually say that, because I was actually a very quiet kid back then, I still am not really the most vocal person a lot of times. But back then, I literally didn't say anything. It was pretty bad. But that's what I was thinking at least. And it really was not big at all. I just thought it was huge, being a little kid and never going into a school ever. But we finally got into our class and it was just weird because I was not used to being in a room with just 20 other kids my age and just having one teacher. And I don't know, it was just a foreign concept to me. We had these circle tables. I still remember, I remember what that classroom looked like. It's kind of vague images in my head, but I remember what it looked like. We had these circle tables with maybe 5 seats at each table. The chairs, they were bright colors, bright blue and yellow. There might have been other colors too. I'm pretty sure it was only blue and yellow though. I don't know why I remember that. Out of all things to remember, I remember the chairs, they were blue and yellow alternating, and we sat at circle tables. So we were kind of just facing each other. It wasn't all of us could face the teacher at once without having to turn around. But it was kindergarten, so that didn't really matter at all. In fact, the first day, all we did was do, believe it or not, coloring. We did coloring the first day. That was our first lesson. So we got this coloring page, and I'm pretty sure it was of a dog, and it had a bow tie on it. I don't know why I remember this kind of stuff too. It's weird, the specific things that I remember. Me going into school with my Spider-Man teacher. Now it's me coloring, sitting in the yellow chair, coloring a dog with a bow tie on it. But anyway, Our goal was to color inside of the lines, guys. Yeah, you hear that? Inside of the lines. Now, this is a really big deal. Like, coloring inside of the lines, that's pretty hard. I don't know about you. Like, some people say calculus is the hardest subject. Nah, I think it's coloring inside of the lines. But anyway, we had to color inside the lines, and the teacher was like, yeah, just don't, like, scribble and like just on the paper, like, randomly, or else I'm going to take it away. And someone did that, and they got their paper taken away. Like, I don't even know why the teachers took it away. I guess just because they didn't even care, and they were just, like, randomly just, like, scribbling on the page, so, like, the teacher didn't like that or whatever, rather than attempting to complete the extremely hard task of coloring inside the lines. But I was scared. I was like, oh no, what if the teacher thinks that I'm doing that too? Even though I'm trying to color inside the lines, like, if I screw up at all, like, what if I get my paper taken away from me? And, like, back then, like, getting the coloring page taken away from you, that was, like, bad. That was, like, the equivalent of now if you, like, got your phone taken away. Like, you were not having a good time if you got that coloring page taken away. It meant, like, everything at that moment. So I was like, all right, I gotta try hard. I gotta stay inside the lines. I gotta make this the best coloring page that I've ever made in my life. So I get down to it, and I colored it, and I don't really remember how it turned out. I just remember I didn't get the paper taken away from me. I'm pretty sure no one else in the whole class did. I don't know what that one kid was doing. He probably just, like, colored the whole page one color, just didn't even stay inside the lines at all, like, literally colored, like, outside of the picture too. But, like, that was pretty much it then with the coloring. And I mean, we talked about a couple other things, like we had some, like, introduction things we did in that class. Sorry if you hear that breeze, by the way. Got to close the window before recording, but too late to start over now. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really do too much more that was that memorable, but those memories, like the bus ride and, like, wearing the Spider-Man t-shirt and that coloring page, like, those stick with me even to this day. Like, I still have big memories of them. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. That was all that was important, really, on the first day of school that I ever had. And I got on the bus and I came home. That's pretty much it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, even though it is kind of cringeworthy for me to be talking about this. It's just, oh my god, like, why did I act like this back then? But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps out. Thank you guys so much for the support. This is Tops, and I'm out.